When you're living in sin, you're living a delusion. Everything seems right and perfect, and you think you're winning, but you really losing. Everybody's got a story before coming into the truth. Take a moment, take a second, and let me share mine with you.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 2, King James Version. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
Met him at a party couple years back. We didn't speak, we didn't even make eye contact. Little did I know he'd be the one to steal my heart. Took it out my chest, locked it up, and kept it under constant guard. Think he was my student, I taught CPR. Texting in between lessons, yeah, we hit it off. So while I'm giving him the tools to sustain a life, I didn't realize the beginning of the end of mine. Fornication and the lust came naturally. Told me he was my man and that he had needs. Even though we had a wife, we satisfied our flesh. The embodiment and manifestation of my adultery. No shame, no care, no apology. Every night he went back to his family. While I sat at home waiting by the phone, had a shirt, the smell of his cologne was euphoric, it put me to sleep. Open flame, rotisserie, should've fried for it. Slave to sin, my life was just getting worse. I took a sip of living water, now I obey my thirst. Single-eyed and I'm walking on a narrow course. Kingdom in me, I don't need an external force. Mortify the flesh so I can fortify the spirit. Got the walk with me, open carry, no concealing. Oh, it's on now, you demons going down. Coming full force, cause time's running out. Bringing all you got, cause I'm about that life. The end is already written and you lose to Christ. Hit the water, the old me is washed away. Cleaned up my act, now it hears me when I pray. Garment clean, unspotted, no Clorox. Took a few lessons from the school of hard knocks. Heirs to the throne, kingdom mindset. Time's ticking, we don't know how much time's left. Sticking to the scriptures, never taken out of context. Inhale, exhale, I'm living with the holy breath. Giving all praises to my heavenly Father, the Wada, my Abba, ayy. Now I'm saying goodbye. To the woman in the water.
Gotta say bye-bye. I've gotta say bye-bye. You have to die. You have to die.
Yeah, but you say you're Afro-American, right? Yeah, African. So the Bible says you're not written in the book of life, you ain't nobody. So can you show me in the Bible Afro-American?
When you're living in sin, you're living a delusion. Everything seems right and perfect, and you think you're winning, but you really losing. Everybody's got a story before coming into the truth. Take a moment, take a second, and let me share mine with you.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 2, King James Version. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
Met him at a party couple years back. We didn't speak, we didn't even make eye contact. Little did I know he'd be the one to steal my heart. Took it out my chest, locked it up, and kept it under constant guard. Think he was my student, I taught CPR. Texting in between lessons, yeah, we hit it off. So while I'm giving him the tools to sustain a life, I didn't realize the beginning of the end of mine. Fornication and the lust came naturally. Told me he was my man and that he had needs. Even though we had a wife, we satisfied our flesh. The embodiment and manifestation of my adultery. No shame, no care, no apology.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. It's good prayer, bro.
Go
ahead.
Dear Heavenly Father, blessings, Heavenly Father, we come into another lesson, Heavenly Father, on another Shabbat day. Blessings, Heavenly Father, while the lesson goes out. Heavenly Father, let us decrease and you increase. In the name of your Son, Yeshua, so be it. Hallelujah.
Yeah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Today's topic is the duty of my real, the commandments.
That's right.
The duty of my real, the commandments. We're going to bring this out today according to our real. Let's find out who our real is. Hallelujah. Okay, count. Let's go to Genesis. Start this off with Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 2:15, count.
And Yahweh took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it.
You what?
To dress it and to keep it.
Now, Yahweh took Adam, the man, and put him in the Garden of Eden to dress it. So he gave him a duty from the beginning. Keep reading, count.
And Yahushua commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die.
Now 16, Yahweh commanded, that's a command to the man, saying, every tree of the garden that thou mayest eat. Family, we have to be careful who table we eat off, family.
That's right.
Yahweh told us what we should eat or we shouldn't eat. We don't put everybody at the table at the highest table. 17 says, but at the tree of knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest, therefore thou shalt surely die. Now, Yahweh is telling Adam, lean not on your own understanding.
That's
so
right.
He said, at the tree of knowledge, good and evil, you should not eat of it. So Adam, his knowledge, his own understanding of how he tells him, you don't have no knowledge. You do what I tell you to do.
That's right.
Can you read Cap 18?
And Yahushua said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helpmate for him.
Now, Ahia had passion on Adam, saying, it's not good for Adam to be alone, okay? Because the law, statutes, commandments, and judgment, he won't get to Adam, he also won't give them to his wife. Keep reading, Cap.
And out of the ground, Ahia formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
Now, Adam gonna need some help me. So Adam got a lot to do for Ahia. Keep reading, Cap.
And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmate for him.
Now we understand what kind of help meet Ahia is gonna get Adam. He said Adam need a help meet. We're gonna find out that this is for the laws, statutes, commandments, and judgment. What help meet Ahia gonna give Adam. Keep reading, Cap 21.
And Yahushua caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
Now we know this was the first operation in the Bible. Ahia did the first operation on Adam, okay? Keep reading, Cap 22.
And the rib which
What?
And the rib
What?
and the rib
Keep reading.
and the rib which Ahia had taken from man, made he woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now my bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman.
Called what?
Woman.
Called what?
Woman.
Keep reading.
Because she was taken out of man.
Now we gotta understand now. Ahia created man out of the dust. Okay?
That's right.
Now, he also put Adam to sleep, and he made a woman, and Adam gave her name woman. Can you read Cap 24?
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
One what?
One flesh.
Now, our real, we should be one flesh, not divided. He says again, Cap, your favorite word, shall, okay? Read
That's
24 again, Cap.
Therefore shall,
What?
shall,
What?
shall
Can you read?
a man leave his father and his mother, and shall,
What?
shall,
What?
shall
Can you read, Cap?
cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one
What?
flesh. They shall be one flesh.
Shall is a commandment, family. When he said shall,
That's right.
that's you must do it. Okay? Now, read 25, Cap.
And they were both naked.
What?
And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed.
Now, the reason why they was not ashamed because they don't know sin yet. They haven't sinned yet, so they was naked and they didn't know it. Okay, Cap? Let's go to a piece of that, Genesis 3 and 1, same book.
Genesis 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more suitable than any beast of the field.
In who?
Any beast of the field,
Now, the serpent is called a beast in the Bible. Keep reading, Cap.
which Yahushua had made, and he said unto the woman, ye hath Yahushua said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
Oh, look, I like this part called, that's how the devil come. Yeah. Ahia had not said, that's how you have a demon in your ear come to you. Yeah. You said you will leave your wife today.
That's right.
Yeah. You said you will leave your husband today. That's how the demon, the devil, whisper in your ear. That's what the devil did to Eve. Keep reading, Cap.
It says, and he said unto the woman, yeah, hath Yahushua said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Ahijah has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
Now, I want you to understand, family. Eve is telling the devil that she knew the commandment, right? 3 says, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Ahijah has said, ye shall, again over that shall.
That's right.
Ye shall not eat. So Eve knew the commandment, okay? And not until you touch it, lest you die. So she was given a commandment from her husband Adam and Ahijah not to go to the tree at all, not to even touch it. Okay, keep reading, count 4.
And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, for your eyes do know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods.
Be who?
Be as gods.
Be who?
Be as gods, knowing God, knowing good and evil.
Now we know the devil was cast out of the heaven with all this legion of devils, right? God says, and ye should be as gods. Only the devil and his angels knew good and evil, right?
That's right.
Man was just created. Adam and Eve was just created. So as you should be as gods, so the devil is called God himself, okay? Read 6, count.
And when the woman saw that the tree was good for good, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat.
Did what?
And did eat.
Did what?
And did eat.
Now, Eve ate the fruit after knowing the commandments. This is before she presented to her husband, family. Okay, again, they stopped duty of my rib, the commandments. Our rib, which is our wives, commandments, sisters. Hallelujah.
That's right. And gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
Now, this right here is a question for myself, but we'll let the scripture bring out. Now, think about it when you first get into this truth. You tell your wife, baby, you don't eat no pork no more, I don't eat this and that no more.
That's
now,
right.
because she's still in the world, she'll get a plate of food, lace it with bacon, and go in the room where you at, and be like, baby, taste this spaghetti. See, that's all that is, baby, spaghetti. Now, you don't know she laced it with pork. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right.
Now, this could have been a case with Adam, because Eve got cursed, okay? But realize now, again, we cannot eat off everybody's table, family. Keep reading, count 7.
And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
Now, they sinned. Now their eyes was open. Keep reading, count.
And they heard the voice of Ahijah walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Ahijah amongst the trees of the garden.
Now, we sin, what we do, we try to hide it, right? We think Ahijah don't know nothing about it, right? Now, they sin, now they're trying to hide from Ahijah. Where can you go? Read 9, count.
And Ahijah called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou?
Now, stop right there. Now, we know Eve saying first, right? Ahijah didn't call her. Who did he call? The head, which is the man. He says, 10. And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. Okay, 9, back at 9. Ahijah called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? He called Adam because the man is responsible for the women. Okay,
that's right.
Keep reading, count 11.
And he said, who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat.
Now, here we go pointing fingers, okay? Everybody on the blame, they're sin on each other, right? Adam saying, the woman thou gavest me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. Adam saying, Eve did it, okay? You read cap, go to 13.
And Ahijah said unto the woman, what is that thou hast done?
What is who?
What is that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat.
Now, the woman pointing finger at the serpent, right? Adam pointing fingers at his wife pointing fingers at the serpent. Keep reading, cap.
And Ahijah said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between the seed and her seed.
Stop right there. Now we're seeing that it's going to be enmity between Eve's seed and the devil's seed. So that's going to be forever because all of us going to be fruitful and multiply. Even the devil be fruitful and multiply. So that can be a seed of a curse forever. Keep reading, count.
It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow, and thy conceptions in sorrow. Thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
He said what?
Rule over thee.
Now, Eve was cursed, okay? It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrows and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be unto thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
That's right.
So Father put us in head because of Eve's transgression, okay?
That's right.
Keep reading, count.
And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife.
Voice of who?
Hearken unto the voice of thy wife.
Voice of who?
Hearken unto the voice of thy wife.
Now we're going to get the duty of our real, because this right here is going to break down today why the commandments of our real, which is our wives, is still today. Keep reading, count.
And has eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
Now because Adam sinned, it's a curse that we eat all the days of our life, because now we have to sweat. We got to work hard. And when we get through working hard, we go in, we try to eat a good, healthy meal. This not because of their sins. Keep reading, count.
Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it was thou taken, and for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. And Adam called his wife named Eve, because she was the mother of all living.
Some living.
Mother of all living.
Other nations around here.
Mother of all living.
Again, this is where a lot of people get it twisted on Twitter, where they say that there was more people in the world. But again, Scripture Genesis 2:20 tells you.
And Adam called his wife named Eve, because she was the mother of all living.
You read 21.
Unto Adam also, and to his wife, did Ahiah make coats of skins, and clothe them. And Ahiah said, behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil, and know least. He put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever.
Oh yeah, peace up to that. 1 Timothy 2:9, count. 1 Timothy 2:9.
1 Timothy 2:9. 1 Timothy 2, verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array, but which becometh women professing a highness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence.
Learn in what?
Learn in silence.
Read.
With all subjection. But
Some subjection.
with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to observe authority over the man, but to be in silence.
Now we know that this is because in the garden, Adam and Eve, right? He said, let's go to 10. What's becoming into woman professing holiness with good works. Good works is being righteous to the laws and commandments. But I suffer not a woman to teach. Now how can a woman teach when she go out to eat from another man's table and bring it home to her husband, okay? He said, nor usurp authority over a man. So a woman not going to have the authority over a man.
That's
because of Eve's transgression, okay? He said, but to be in silence. Keep reading, count 13.
For Adam was first formed,
Adam was first born.
then Eve.
Then Eve.
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Who was in transgression?
The woman was in the transgression.
Read from count 14.
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith, and charity, and holiness with sobriety.
Okay, now you're going to have righteous women. You're going to have women that are going to be obedient to the laws and commandments. Also, again, that'll be our real, which is our wives. Okay, family? Okay, Cap, let's go to Ecclesiasticus 24 and 6 in the Apocrypha. How you know?
Ecclesiasticus 25.
No, 24, 24. Ecclesiasticus 25, 24.
25, brother?
Yeah, 25, 24.
Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus 25. Verse 24. Oh, the woman came, the beginning of sin.
Beginning of what?
Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
Through her we all die. Again, women, our ribs, obedience, man, all statutes.
That's right.
Man is ahead because of Eve transgression. Keep reading, Cap 25.
That's right. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
Read 26.
If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go.
Now, okay, now this is the Torah, right? This was written back in Torah, which is Old Testament. Ribs, wives, princesses, queen. If it weren't for Yeshua, we'll be able to send you off if we don't agree with, you don't follow us. Now, right now, a lot of Israelite brothers, we want our wives to follow us to the first of the world. But Yeshua came and changed a command. In the Old Testament, we was able to send you away.
That's right.
But again, thank Yeshua, sisters, our ribs. Cap, let's go to Matthew 5:31.
Matthew 5.
Let's go get that change because of the Old Testament, we was able to send our wives away. If they didn't follow us as we go, we was able to send them away.
That's right.
Okay, let's go to Matthew 5:31.
Matthew 5, verse 31. It has been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement.
Right now, who?
Writing of divorcement. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced, committeth adultery.
Now again, Yeshua is telling you that when he changed that, again, in Torah, we was able to send our wife away. Right now, again, there's a lot of Israelite brothers that's out there woken up, and our wives are not following us as we go. But in Torah, we was able to send you away, sisters. We were able to get rid of y'all and go find us another wife.
That's right.
But Yeshua says, Matthew 5:31, it has been said, whoever shall put away his wife, they help give her right of divorcement, right? He said, but I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving the cause of fornication, causing her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced, committed adultery. So now, we can't just put our wives away, okay, because of any cause. But we're going to let the scripture bring out today. Matthew 5, let's go to Matthew 19 and 3.
Matthew 19, verse 3. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him and saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause?
What?
For every cause?
Back in the Old Testament, Israelites used to put their wife away for anything. Any cause, they used to put their wife away. But Yeshua came and changed that. But Yeshua going to answer the Pharisees in his script. Keep reading, count.
And he answered and said unto them, have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female, and
now we know that Yeshua is going all the way back to the beginning of Christian according to this question. Keep reading, count 5.
And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and the twain shall be one flesh. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore Yahweh has joined together, that no man put asunder.
No, I'm saying, wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore Yahweh has joined together, let no man put asunder. Keep reading 7, cut.
They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement, and to put her away? He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts.
Hardness what?
The hardness of your hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning, it was not so.
From the beginning, it was not so, family. Keep reading, cut.
And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whoso married her which is put away doeth commit adultery.
Okay, now, Yeshaya is saying the only way, family, we can let our wives go, our real go, if she mess around on us, or the man mess around upon our wife. But he's saying right here now, but I say to you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be fornication.
That's right.
And shall marry another, commit adultery. And whosoever would marry her, which is put away, commit adultery. So the lady's bound by the law of her husband until he dies. So whoever married her, even though he put her away, he's committed adultery with her. Okay, can you read on 10?
His disciples said to him, if the case of the man be so with his wife, is it not good to marry?
Hallelujah. Let's go to Deuteronomy and get the answer that what Moses did get that law out to. Deuteronomy 24:1.
Deuteronomy 24, verse 1. When a man has taken a wife,
Taking a who?
when a man has taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house.
Out of his what?
Out of his house.
Now, what happens? Moses is telling you that when a man has taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it to her hand and send her out of his house. So
that's right.
Back in Torah family, we did this, send our wives on off. But Yeshaya came and changed that. Keep reading cap 2.
And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife.
Now, before Yeshaya changed that, we was able to go and just marry any woman, just not trying to find that right one. But Yeshaya said that's not so. Now, we gotta keep our wife, okay? Now that she commit adultery on us, okay, Cap? Let's go to 1 Corinthians 11:1.
1 Corinthians 11, verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Mashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of every woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head.
Start up. Again. Now, this is an order of Ahaya, Yeshaya, the man and woman. Okay, Cap, read on 2 again.
Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
Now, it's an order in the head, the man, the woman. He says, now I praise ye, brethren, that ye remember me in all the things which I kept in ordinance as I delivered them unto you. Can you read Cap 3?
But I would have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man.
So the man is a head, not only because Eve transgressed, because Adam was created first, so the man was first. Keep reading, Cap.
That's right. And the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. For that is even all one as if she was shaven. For if the...
Okay, now we got to understand. 6. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it's same for the woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. Can you read Cap 7?
For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image of glory of Yahweh, but the woman is the glory of the man.
Woman is the glory of the man. Keep reading, Cap.
For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
All right, done. Again, not for the woman, but for the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. We realize our rib was created for us.
That's
to help
right.
meet. So
That's right.
the thing our rib is supposed to do is help us keep the laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments. That's what we want, sisters. We want our rib, which is our wives, to help us with these laws. Help us stay on track. Help us to get right close to the kingdom. Can we count?
For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. Nevertheless, neither is the woman without the woman, neither the woman without the man in Yahweh. For as the woman, is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman. But all things of Yahweh, judge in yourselves. Is it comely that a woman pray unto Yahweh uncovered? Doeth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. But if any man seem to be contentious, we have no such custom, neither the churches of Yahweh.
Hallelujah. Okay, please up that count. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 7:1.
1 Corinthians
7:1.
7:1. 1 Corinthians 7:1. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
What?
It is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife.
His own who?
Own wife.
I thought we had two wives.
Own wife.
Here we go.
And let every woman have her own husband.
I thought a woman could have two men.
Own husband.
Here we go.
Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. The wife hath not the power over her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband hath not the power of his own body, but the wife.
Slow it down. I gotta break this down. Okay. Paul's telling you the real. Also us men. The wife has not power over her own body.
That's right.
The husband likewise also. The husband has not power over his own body, but the wife. Now, you listen to your girlfriends, your friend down the street that want your husband, and she say, baby, lock your legs up, baby, don't give him no, rash it out to him. That's breaking the commandment.
That's right.
The Bible says again, the wife has not power over her own body, but the husband. And likewise, also the husband has not power over his own body, but the wife. Keep reading count 5.
Defraud.
Ye who?
Defraud.
Ye who?
Defraud.
Defraud. Do not defraud your wife. Do not defraud your husband for sex, because he said be fruitful and multiply. If he tells us to be fruitful and multiply, that's a need.
That's right.
To be a help meet.
That's right.
You can't lock your legs up, sister. Real. Keep reading count.
Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not.
Who?
That Satan tempt you not.
Now, Paul is warning us, family. Now, women, sisters, are real. When you lock your legs up and don't be with your husband as commanded in the Bible, now Satan's going to tempt you. Now, when your husband go out and try to seek something he not getting at home, a lot of people know if he don't get it at home, he going to want it from somewhere else. We cannot do that because he said, let Satan tempt you not. Keep reading count.
Satan tempt you not for your inconsistency. But I speak this by permission and not of commandment. For I would that all men were even as myself, but every man hath his proper gift of Yahweh, one after this manner and another after that. I say therefore, to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. But if they cannot contain, let them marry. For it is better to marry than to burn.
Married to what?
Than to burn.
Family, it's best to marry than to burn. Going around boyfriend and girlfriend, sleeping around.
That's right.
That's breaking commandments, family. Keep reading count.
And unto the married, I command yet not. But Yahweh, let not the wife depart from her husband. And if she depart, let her remain unmarried.
On what?
Unmarried. Or become reconciled to her husband. And let not the husband put away his wife. But
okay, this is the same thing Yeshaya is saying. He's saying, let not the husband put away his wife. So we cannot put our wives away, our ribs. We cannot put them away from all cause. We got to deal with this, family. Keep being count. 12.
Yahaya. But to the rest speak I not. Yahaya, if any.
Who?
Yahaya.
Who?
Yahaya.
Now, before Cap read this, you know, he said, but rest I speak not, but a higher. So this is a higher talking, family. Keep reading, count.
If any brother has a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
No, no, what?
Put her away.
Now, you and me, some Israelite brothers, I had to bring out that the higher saying is, you mean some Israelite brothers going back to Ecclesiastes, he said if your wife don't follow you as she go, send her away and get her a bill of divorcement. Then Shai come along and said it was said old, so he changed it, right? Now, a higher speaking, he said, but the rest speak I not, but a higher. If any brother has a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. Read 13, count.
And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him.
Now, the higher saying is because we made a vow. We made a covenant with
That's
this woman.
right.
Listen, we got to endure it to the end. We got to be able to endure this woman because the scripture's going to bring out that she get the blessing and he get the blessing through us, okay?
That's
but
right.
We just cannot forsake that covenant that we made. We can't just send away Gail below the what's no more because Yeshua changed that. Keep reading, cap.
For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife.
By the who?
By the wife.
You read?
And the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband.
Now, your wife that's not a fully believer and that you're Israelite is sanctified because of you.
That's
Vice
right.
versa go for the man, vice versa go for our real. Keep going, count.
Were your children unclean, but now are they holy?
The children unclean, but now they're holy. Now this is a higher speaking, family. Keep reading, count 15.
But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases, but Yahweh has called us to peace.
You read 16.
For what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband, or knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife?
No, we have to stick with our ribs, our husband and our rib, and try to endure to the end. 16 said, for what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband, or knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? So we stick with them. They can get converted by seeing that we are sticking, keeping our hand to the plow, following the laws, statutes, commandments.
That's right.
Coming out of this world, we got to be strong and be patient with them. Ahia was patient with us. How many years we was in Christianity, selling Christmas, Easter, all these pagan days? About 30, 40 years. And all of a sudden, as soon as we changed, we were to turn our back on our mate that we made a vow with. We cannot do that, family. That's why Yeshua said you cannot leave your mate after every cause. Okay? Cap, precept that is 1 Corinthians 7:27.
1 Corinthians 7:27. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed.
Art thou what?
Art thou bound to a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife. But, and if thou married, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin married, she has not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh. But I spare you.
Now, how you going to spare us? We're going to have trouble in the flesh because we're being disobedient to the laws, statutes, commandments. Keep reading, cap 29.
But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoiced not, and they that buy as though they possessed not, and they that use this world as not, abusing it, for the fashion of this world passes away.
Word up. Now, again, they that uses this world, we got to come out of this world, family. We got to
That's
go back to the
right.
law, statutes, commandments. Again, our rib is our help meet. Sisters, y'all supposed to help us with these commandments.
That's right.
Stay on us with these commandments. We stay on you with the commandments, y'all stay on us with these commandments. Let's get it right, family. Keep reading, count.
But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried cared for the things that belong to Yahweh, how he may please Yahweh. But he that is married cared for the things that are of the world, now he may please his wife. There is a difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman cared for the things of Yahweh, that she may be holy both in body and in spirit. But she that is married careth for the things of the world.
Things of who?
Careth for the things of the world.
Now Paul is telling us right here that we're going to be married to a wife that going to care about the things of the world. She ain't going to follow us in these laws, statutes, and commandments. The scriptures warning us. Keep reading, Cap.
How she may please her husband.
Please who?
Please her husband.
Keep reading, Cap.
And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon a higher with distraction. But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncommonly toward his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age, and need so require, let him do what he will. He sinneth not, let them marry. Nevertheless, he that standeth steadfast in his heart, having no necessity, but hath power over his own will, and has so decreed in his heart that he will be his virgin, doeth well. Will keep his virgin, doeth well.
Read.
So then, he that giveth her in marriage doeth well. But he that giveth her not in marriage doeth better. The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth.
As long as her husband what?
As long as her husband liveth.
Now scripture saying the wife, our ribs, is bound by the law of her husband as long as he lives. So as long as you're alive, the law applies to your wife, which is your rib. Brothers, keep reading, Cap.
But if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married, to whom she will, only in Yahweh.
Only in who?
Only in Yahweh.
Now, the Bible telling you, women, if your husband be dead, you're bound by the law as long as he lives. But he said you could marry again only in a higher. You can't go out there and marry on anybody. You got to marry in a higher, okay? I'm going to bring that scripture up. It says the wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth. But if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will. Only in a higher. Can you read out 40?
But she is happy if she so abide after my judgment, and I think also that I have the spirit of Yahweh.
Okay, let's go to 1 Timothy 5 on
1 Timothy 5, verse 1. 1 Timothy 5, verse 1. Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren, the elder woman as mothers, the younger as sisters, with all purity.
Now again, this is why you'll see us say to our sister when we greet our sisters, also our brothers, we call them brothers, right? And we say shalom, sisters, right? And our elders, mothers, okay? It says two. And the elder woman as mothers, and your young as sisters, all purity. So we see our sisters as shalom, sisters, okay? Keep reading, Cap.
It says, honor widows that are widows indeed, but if any widow have children or nephews, let them learn first to show pity at home, and to require their parents, for that is good and acceptable for your hire. Now, she that is a widow indeed and desolate, trust in your hire, and committed and continue, in supplications and prayers night and day. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
Now, she that liveth in pleasure is dead. All the pleasures of the world, not part of the law, statutes, commandments again, our real, our sisters.
That's right.
To be a helpmeet and the law, statutes, commandments, judgment. Can you read Cap 7?
And these things give in charge, that they may be blameless. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel.
Now, if any brother or man that's supposed to be a husband don't beat up for his real, which is his wife and his family, it says, but if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he has denied the faith that's worse than an infidel. That's a sinner.
That's right.
That's a heathen. That's a hypocrite. Keep reading Cap 9.
Let not a widow be taken into the number of 80 years old, having been the wife of one man.
How many men?
One man.
Now we understand what widow means. If family, if you understand what widow means, a woman or a young woman that husband passed away. Okay, Cap, you keep reading Cap 10.
Well, reported of for good works. If she have brought up children, if she have lodged strangers, if she have washed the saints' feet, if she have revived the afflicted, if she have diligently followed every good work. But the younger widows refuse. For when they have begun to wax wanton against Hamashiach, they will marry, having damnation, because they have cast off their first faith.
Now the young widows, they don't have patience, right? Paul is saying, but the young widows refuse, and when they have begun to wax wanton against Yeshua, they will marry, having damnation, because they have cast off their first faith, which is Yeshua. Keep reading, count 13.
And withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not
House to who?
from house to house,
Keep reading.
and not idle, but tattlers,
Tattlers. Keep reading.
and also busybodies.
Busybody. Now Paul is breaking down, because we can visualize this. We see this today in our sisters, right?
That's
It
right.
says 13, and withal they learn to be idle. That means just standing in one place, wandering about from house to house, going from house to house. Girl, I'm coming to your house tonight. Girl, child, I'm coming here tonight. Where you gonna go at tonight? Child, what you doing this night? Busybodies, okay? He said not only idle, but tattlers. Always telling somebody else, oh, you seen so and so yesterday? What she did, child? Where you going over tonight?
That's
Let's go
right.
up. Let's talk to her. Let's get her right. There's all kind of mess that our sisters is doing, okay? Busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. Sisters, ribs, y'all supposed to be our help me.
That's right.
Let's marry and get it right and do these laws, such commandments, go to the kingdom. Keep reading, count 14.
I would therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give no occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. For some are already turned aside after Satan.
Now again, we went to Genesis to show us how we got in this mess and the duty of a woman to be obedient to her husband, all such commandments, judgments, right? Okay, our ribs supposed to help us with these laws, okay? And it says, and some are already turned to Satan. They don't want to follow law. Remember Eve, when the devil came and took to her, she turned to Satan. And she listened to Satan. She ate off his table, and she brought it home to her husband. He ate, right?
That's right.
Now, sisters today, they don't want to do these laws, such commandments, don't want to support their husband in his truth. Sisters, you got to get it right. You are real.
That's right.
Okay. Count precept for that. 1 Peter 3:1.
1 Peter 3:1. 1 Peter 3:1. Likewise, ye wives, being subjected to your own husband, that if any obey not the word, they also may, without the word, be won by the conversation of the wives.
Conversation of the who?
Conversation of the wives.
Now, okay, it's telling you, sister, real. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husband, that if any obey not the word is his truth. The word is what we bring out today according to Genesis 2 and 3, telling you as our wives supporting their husband, being a helpmeet to the husband with the laws and commandments. Keep reading, count.
While they behold your chastised conversation coupled with fear.
Now, ribs, supposed to fear how you fear these commandments and be
That's
obedient
right.
to your husband. Help your husband. Support
That's
your
right.
husband in these laws and commandments. Come on, count. Keep reading.
Whose adorning let it not be the outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold or putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible.
Now, who?
Which is not corruptible.
Now, sister, when you walk around showing half of your body, got on pin on jeans, short,
right.
tight clothes, and putting on bathing suits and all that.
That's right.
That's not holy. It said 4. But let it be hidden, man, in the heart. So the only person supposed to see your curves, your frame, is your husband. Sisters, y'all out ribs. Let's get it right. Keep on reading, count.
In that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which
Meek and who?
Meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yahweh of a great price.
Now, sisters, now ribs. 4. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible.
That's right.
Even the ornaments of meek and quiet spirit. Okay, he said meek and quiet. Don't talk back to your husband.
That's
Don't
right.
give him a hard time when he's trying to get you to come into these laws, statutes, commandments, and judgment. Okay,
There it
said
is.
the spirit, which is in the sight of a higher great price. So it's saying this is in a higher sight that you be obedient and meek and humble and quiet spirit. Keep reading, count 5.
For after this manner, in the old time, the holy woman also who trusted in Yahweh adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
Now it says old time. It's daughters of Zion.
There it is.
Our ribs. At old time, read it again, Cap.
For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in Yahweh adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
Okay, it's subjection to their own husband. They trusted in a higher, right? Okay, now, by them trusted in a higher, they trust that they ain't got to put on tight clothes to get no good man.
That's right.
They ain't got to be half naked to get no good man.
That's right.
I ain't got to walk around here twisting my butt to get no good man.
That's right.
The women of old time trusted in a higher to bless them because they modest appeal. Keep reading, Cap.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him master, whose daughters ye are as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to the knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel.
Weaker who?
Weaker vessel.
Weaker who?
Weaker vessel.
Now, brothers and sisters, brothers, we gotta look at our wives as weak or breast. The same thing with Adam and Eve. Adam had to be strong for his wife.
That's right.
Our real, we gotta be strong for they're the wicked vessel. The devil gonna come at them 247 to
That's
get
right.
us. He know he can't get us, so he'll go to our wives. Keep reading, Cap.
And as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one another, love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous, not rendering evil for evil, or railing for railing, but contrariwise, blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
Hallelujah. Okay, Cap, please up that, Cap. Let's go to Galatians 4:27.
Galatians 4:27. Galatians 4:27. For it is written, rejoice thou, barren that bearest not. Break forth and cry thou that travailest not. For the desolate hath many more children than she which has an husband.
Now, there will be bond women in Israel that will not know how to please their husband. Okay?
That's right.
But will be blessed for childbirth. Now, you're going to have the bond women and you're going to have the barren woman. Okay, now, the barren woman going to be husband material. She going to be real. So she going to know how to treat her well. But the bond woman, let's let scripture bring who the bond woman is. Keep me recap 27 again.
For it is written, rejoice, thou barren that bearest not. Break forth and cry, thou that travailest not. For the desolate hath many more children than she which hath an husband. Now we, brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise. But as then he that was born after the flesh persecuted him that was born after the spirit. Even so it is now. Nevertheless, what saith the scripture? Cast out the bondwoman and her son. For the son of the bondwoman shall not be heir with the son of the free woman. So then, brethren, we are not children of the bondwoman, but of the free.
Okay, now the bondwoman, right now, we got to tell in Israel, all our sisters look alike. We going out with our sisters, this and that. We dating them. We marry Israel, this and that, whatever. But the bondwoman also going to be our forefathers that slept with these bondwomen that they're going to be in the midst of us.
That's right.
But again, these women will not be marriage material. They're going to get blessed with childbearing. So we got to understand that, but we get caught up in that. We got to be stuck with it. We got to deal with it. Not unless she messes around on you. But we're going to let scripture bring out today. Cap, let's go to precept of that Psalms 113 and 9.
Psalms 113, verse 9. Psalms 113, verse 9.
113 and 9.
He maketh The barren woman to keep house.
Keep what?
To keep house.
And the barren woman gonna keep house. Keep reading.
And to be a joyful mother of children. Praise ye Ahia.
And the barren woman gonna be a joyful mother of her children. Praise Ahia. Now this is Ahia saying this, okay? Piece of that Isaiah 54:1 count.
Isaiah
54:1. Let's break this down. Isaiah 54:1.
Isaiah 54 verse 1. Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear, break forth into singing and cry aloud. Thou that didst not travail with child, for more are the children of the desolate than more are children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, said Ahia.
Now 54. Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear, break forth unto singing and cry aloud, that didst not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate. So you know the scripture bringing out that you won't see the desolate sisters walk around with all these kids, but you be like, well, I married her. We got all these kids. Why she don't know how to please me? Why she don't know how to follow me these laws, such commandments? Why she not doing right? Because we're with the desolate woman. We're with a woman that looked like an Israelite, but she'll never, and she's a born woman, she'll never know how to please a man. Okay?
That's right.
According to the law, such commandments. Okay, read it from the top again.
Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear, break forth into singing and cry aloud. Thou that didst not travail with child, for more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, said Ahia.
Hallelujah. Okay, let's bring this up. Count, piece up to that. Let's go to 1 Samuel 2 and 5.
1 Samuel. 1 Samuel 2, verse 5. 1 Samuel 2, verse 5. They that were full have hired out themselves for bread, and they that were hungry ceased, so that the barren has borne 7.
Barren did what?
The barren has borne 7.
The barren bare 7 kids. Keep it coming.
And she that hath many children is waxed feeble.
Now, the bond woman had many children has waxed feeble. That's like saying, for example, they get out of shape, they get fat.
That's right.
They get just ugly ways of hating.
That's right.
They don't want to follow the law, such commandments. They'll never know how. Read again, count, so the family can understand where I'm coming from with this.
That they were full have hired out themselves for bread, and they that were hungry cease, so that the barren hath borne 7, and she that hath many children is waxed feeble.
Now again, the barren will still look good. She's still like Sarah and Leah and Rachel. All of them will look good. They still gonna look good no matter how many kids they have. But the barren and the born women, family, they're a mixed of us. They'll never know how to treat a man.
That's right.
Our rib is our wife that's faithfully trying to serve a higher and help support has been to help make these laws, such commandments, and judgments. Count, piece up to that. Proverbs 31 and 3.
Proverbs 31. And 3. Give not thy strength unto women.
Give not a who?
Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Now, Scripture saying, do not get that strength to a woman. When you bow down to this woman, don't all such commandments. When you follow this woman, don't all such commandments.
That's
when you do all this stuff for this woman, don't all such commandments. She ain't doing nothing by the law. She ain't following, you know what, it's supposed to be half and half, right? But
that is.
You doing everything to please her. When does she please you?
That is.
You going to the Shabbat every Sabbath. You going out to the feast days. You got your fringes on. You doing everything and ordained to the commandment. But your real is out there doing everything else, following the heathens, following the world. Okay?
That's right.
So how you say give not your strength is the law, right?
That's right.
The strength is the law. So if we giving our wives, go back to when we were young. But now they here shaking on up about the laws.
That's right.
You bow down to her and you ain't following no laws. Bible telling you, give not that strength to a woman. Count, piece of that. Verse starts in the Apocryphal. Count, 4:13.
Apocryphal where, bro?
4:13.
Exodus 4. Exodus 4. First Exodus.
4:13, verse 41. We're going to break this down about the woman in truth. Now we're going to see how we fall by getting woman out of strength, okay?
That's right.
How we fail, okay? Not putting truth first.
First Exodus 4, verse 13. Then the third who had spoken of women and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the Lord worship over them? Are they not women?
They're not who?
Are they not women?
Can you read count?
Women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards from whence the wine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men. And without women cannot men be.
Now 17. Also, they make garments for the man. These bring glory unto the man. Without women cannot man be. We need our real.
That's right.
We admit that we need our real. But we cannot bow down and get a lot of strength, man. We keep reading count.
Ye, and if men have gathered together gold and silver or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? And letting all those things go, do they not gate, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever? A man leaveth his own father that brought him up and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. But this also ye must know, that women have dominion over you.
Over who?
Over you! Excuse me. Over you.
No, wait a minute. We got to say, now, why do women have dominion over us? Because we get our strength to them, okay? Now, again, our wives supposed to be our real, our helpmate.
That's right.
All statute commandments, brothers and sisters. Keep reading count.
Okay.
22.
22. Okay. Sorry, 22. It says, by this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman?
To who?
All to the woman?
Brothers, we gotta admit, we do these things, but again, if they ain't got no law, they don't follow law, we cannot give our strength to them, family. Keep reading count.
Wow, that's deep. Ye, a man taketh his sword, and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion, and goeth in the darkness. And when he has stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth to his love.
Sorry, no, again, now this is wickedness, okay? Now,
When you're living in sin, you're living a delusion. Everything seems right and perfect, and you think you're winning, but you really losing. Everybody's got a story before coming into the truth. Take a moment, take a second, and let me share mine with you.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 2, King James Version. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
Met him at a party couple years back. We didn't speak, we didn't even make eye contact. Little did I know he'd be the one to steal my heart. Took it out my chest, locked it up, and kept it under constant guard. Think he was my student, I taught CPR. Texting in between lessons, yeah, we hit it off. So while I'm giving him the tools to sustain a life, I didn't realize the beginning of the end of mine. Fornication and the lust came naturally. Told me he was my man and that he had needs. Even though we had a wife, we satisfied our flesh. The embodiment and manifestation of my adultery. No shame, no care, no apology. Every night he went back to his family. While I sat at home waiting by the phone, had a shirt, the smell of his cologne was euphoric, it put me to sleep. Unforgivable, that's what he used to wear. Set his trap, casting at it, waited with a snare. Eyes wide open, but I couldn't see. Bird box, so blind and full of deceit. He shattered my initials to let me know it's real. Gave me a diamond ring to show me how we feel. Typical manipulation and I fell for it. Chose death, I was guaranteed hell for it. It was all good till I wanted more. Divorce lies didn't appease me like before. Now I'm clingy, always mad. This ain't really fun no more. Icebox where my heart was cold sore. It was a fantasy, something unreal. Messed me up to the point where I couldn't deal. Knife to my wrist, tears in my eyes. Rejection from a man had me brainwashed. I'm gone, I'm ready to die.
I'm talking to the woman in the world. She's gone and changed her way. Your message couldn't have been any clearer. I live my life. Your commandments made me change.
Now I'm seeing clear, no prescription. All praises to a higher for his vision. Can't stop, won't stop, endure, yeah, I gotta win. Poured out his mercy so I wouldn't die in sin. Trample underfoot is something that I won't do. Christ-like with the level up I'm coming through. Set my affections on things up above. He opened the heavens, I'm drenched in his love. Yeah, there were things I should've died for. Open flame, rotisserie, should've fried for it. Slave to sin, my life was just getting worse. I took a sip of living water, now I obey my thirst. Single-eyed and I'm walking on a narrow course. Kingdom in me, I don't need an external force. Mortify the flesh so I can fortify the spirit. Got the rock with me, open carry, no concealing. Oh, it's on now, you demons going down. Coming full force, cause time's running out. Bringing all you got, cause I'm about that life. The end is already written and you lose to Christ. Hit the water, the old me is washed away. Cleaned up my act, now it hears me when I pray. Garment clean, unspotted, no Clorox. Took a few lessons from the school of hard knocks. Heirs to the throne, kingdom mindset. Time's ticking, we don't know how much time's left. Sticking to the scriptures, never taken out of context. Inhale, exhale, I'm living with the holy breath. Giving all praises to my heavenly Father, the Wada, my Abba, ayy. Now I'm saying goodbye, to the woman in the water.
I've gotta say bye-bye. I've gotta say bye-bye. You have to die. You have to die. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. I've gotta say bye-bye. I've gotta say bye-bye. You have to die. You have to die. Oh,